Hello everybody and welcome back to the Beanbag. Today we're going to be talking about a whole pile of stuff I've got because I'm finally going to really look at the products that I have gotten from Triple Fiction. Some of them I've got about a year ago, which I'll go ahead and grab some of the first ones I got. There was this Klingon and Majoran Pad that I got a little over a year ago, and I've been getting stuff from them ever since, and I really love their stuff, and he makes some really quality 3D printed products, and I just want to spend a few minutes talking about them. So since I've got these, we'll start with them. First of all, I gotta say, not only is the 3D print really impressive, you get these awesome details. Look at the ridges on the back of the Majoran Pad. But I don't know if he makes these stickers himself, or if he finds sources online and adapts them, or how he goes about it. I've never been real certain about that. But they are amazing. I mean, you can see that's the central core of the Deep Space Nine with the orb processing center there. It's really great quality. The paint jobs are always terrific, and I have always been thoroughly impressed. Another one of the older items I've gotten was, this is one of the engineering tools. I think it's some kind of a coupler, if I recall. Again, this is one of the smaller, cheaper items that it's really good, you know, if you're just trying to start off with something. And I'm going to show off a little custom job. So when I got this, I was with my dad at the time, and I didn't realize that the one I had gotten, this is the second one I got, it had fallen out of the car, and it ended up being driven over. And so it actually broke off this piece from this piece. So I ordered a second one, but then I took the two pieces and made me a couple of custom tools. This is actually, I took a old pin and kind of rigged it up and used the handle part there, and then I took the clamp part here and put a new handle on it. This was a handle from a trimmer, a beard trimmer. So yeah, and the fact that, you know, I've had several of these items fall off of tables and such, and they never break or chip or anything. They've all been fantastic. This is one of my favorites. If you ever played with the Playmates toys as a kid, every version of Geordi came with this tool. And again, this little sticker on it is amazing. It's got these really nice clear sort of semi-clear pieces for the nozzle. Then there's this tool, which it always amuses me, because I remember in Next Generation we saw Geordi with this tool, and it like shot a little laser that he was using to work on something. And then we saw it again later on Voyager, and the EMH was using it to like fix wounds or something. But that was the nature of the props on those shows, is that sometimes they cross departments in weird ways. Now, one, I don't know if he even makes these anymore. This was from Enterprise. It's the Universal Translator that Hoshi Sato helped develop, and they wore it on their chest for the meetings. Again, really cool sticker work. It says trans mode. It has the little button there. And it came with a little piece of Velcro, so that you could attach it and stick it to your shirt or whatever. I've not used that. Now, I've gotten several newer items, like this. This is another tool that has been both an engineering and a medical tool, I think. It's just a nice, simple sculpt. It's got that clear-ish, you know, opaque, clear piece there. This is another type of scanner. I think this is called an ODN scanner or something like that. Simple little paint there on the tip. I mean, but this is actually a really good metallic paint. I don't know if you can see how the light bounces off of it really nicely. This is the Dermal Regenerator. You saw Dr. Bashir with this a lot on Deep Space Nine. And again, these aren't light bulbs, but the paint that he uses is actually such a really nice glossy paint that it almost looks like it. So I really appreciate the work that goes into these. But the two newest ones that I got that I really am getting a kick out of is one of the scanners that was used throughout the show. I think one of my favorite ones is the one where on the Next Generation, where they've got the little parasites that are attacking everybody, and Data is somehow able to sense them and sees that Commander Riker has a straw in his head, but it's actually one of the parasites and all that, and Dr. Crusher uses this device to scan people and find where they are at. And this is the great part. It has a working light in it. You press that button right there, and you can actually scan items. And it's actually pretty simple. There's two little screws to access the battery pack there on the back. And then the last prop piece that I have today is this one. It's the ICE linear chip scanner. Again, cool little sticker used. It says systems analysis and has a bunch of little deals, some buttons, and then it has the scanner deals on the end. You see the button there, and when you press that, it even has flashing lights to do the scanning. I don't know how well it's showing up that there's a continuous blue, a flashing blue, and a flashing red, but the continuous blue might be overpowering that red in the camera. There you can kind of see it's red that way. But yeah, and that's controlled from the button on the side. And this one is even easier to get to the battery. You just slide off the little plastic piece there, and it's got a 9-volt in there that you can change out. Awesome work on that. Now, I have gotten a few of the Playmates scale pieces. There's a couple that I can't get to right now, and so I'm going to have to save those for another time. But I did want to show off a handful of these that I got. The first one being the Genesis device from Star Trek II. If I can get this to sit properly, and so that everybody can see the scale. There's Khan right there. And if you ever had the toy, you'll remember that the torpedo that came with him was about that tall and about yay big. And I think that it had a little console, but it was teeny tiny. This is actually really, if it's not completely to scale, it's really, really close. Awesome work on that. And again, the paint job is fantastic. And you can kind of just imagine Khan with his hand on there trying to turn it. And what's really neat is, and on the packaging it comes with, is you get the little case here, but the torpedo, it had fragile written all over it, and I was thinking, why does he have fragile? It's because this shell for the torpedo, it seems, is actually glass. And then you can see the inner workings of the torpedo right there, which I'm not sure it's, 100% screen accurate, but it's definitely close enough for anybody who's playing with a little toy like that. And then the last couple of pieces I have to show, I just recently got the Defiant Helm station. which is fantastic. Really great sticker again. You can even make out the Defiant little diagram there. And on this side you can see that there's like a spatial coordinates kind of thing going on. And then the sculpt on the chair is just really, really nice. And to show that off, I because of Christmas stuff going on, I can't get to my figures currently. So, this Dr. Crusher was in my parts box, because I'm always working on custom figures. She's a spare that was in my parts box. So there you can see what it would be like to have one of the figures sitting in the chair. And here you can see how it looks with them sitting at the console. One thing I'm thinking about that I'm probably going to do, I've got some tiny little neodymium magnets. I'm thinking about drilling a tiny hole in the bottom there, and a little tiny hole right about there, and putting some magnets in there. That way it doesn't slide around when it gets bumped or moved or anything. And I'm probably going to do the same thing with the last piece I'm going to show you, which is the Defiant Captain's Chair. Which, again, it's an awesome, beautiful piece. I love the sort of baby blue paint on the armrest. Again, this is not a connected piece. And so, again, I'm probably going to take and put a magnet in the bottom of that and then right there so that it'll be able to stick in place better. And again, the stickers, the quality of the stickers is just amazing on these. And just to give you an idea of how it looks, there's Dr. Crusher, now in command of the Defiant. Looks good on her. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to show off my giant collection at this point of Triple Fiction Productions products. You should definitely go check them out. They make amazing stuff. Support them. He's getting ready in January to celebrate his anniversary, and I understand he's going to be sending out some special stuff for that. So go start checking it out. If you do 3.25 inch scale, 3.25 inch scale figures like the some of the early Next Generation figures, or even G.I. Joe style figures, he's just recently made the Next Generation bridge in that scale. I don't have one. Don't know if I ever will. That's not a scale that I do much with, but who knows. Thanks for checking this out, and I'll see you next time.